We are back going 3 wide as we continue our look through every single NFL team's draft and grading them based purely on college football 25. Nick, Ty, User, we're back with you. And we got the Minnesota Vikings today. Ty, an interesting draft because A, not a ton of picks for the Vikings. B, this is a interesting transition year for the Vikings. Sam Darnold last year, they're going to JJ McCarthy, who is, for all intents and purposes, a rookie. He misses his entire rookie season with an injury, but that is who is going to be their starting quarterback. So a weird opportunity to kind of reload and get some weapons to get some help for him. But with only 5 picks, it's going to be hard to grade this team.
Yeah, it's a little bit tough, right? We thought maybe they'd be in on the Aaron Rodgers sweepstakes to try to bring in some, even just a backup for McCarthy, someone he can learn from or start a couple games, then McCarthy comes in. But it seems like they're just going to go straight with JJ McCarthy. And like you said, the key here in this draft, I think you got to add some weapons, receiver, some protection up front. So we're going to find out how they did.
User, first round pick. You got to love when a team sees a young quarterback and they go, listen, we got to help him out with some offensive linemen. Give him some protection. And they go and get Donovan Jackson out of the Ohio State University. User, you know the chant. Hit him with the,
hey.
There we go. Okay, dang. All right, well, we got it. We almost had it. The interesting part about Donovan Jackson, 6'4", 320, is a left guard by trade, but Ohio State had a ton of injuries this year, including losing Josh Simmons, their left tackle. Donovan Jackson actually slid from left guard out to left tackle for the playoff run, and it won him a national title. So not too bad. 92 overall, 96 strength. And you look at the abilities, User, gold strong grip, gold second level at 6'4", 320. This is somebody who can play tackle if they need him, can play guard, and is going to have some of that secure blocking for a young quarterback.
Yeah, like you said, he's very versatile, so he can go in any position. But if you look straight on the game and what his abilities he has a lot of gold badges, and that lets you know he is one of the top-tier guards in college football, and that's a good pick for them. Dropping at number 24, that's a solid pick for them. Like you said, they need protection to make sure they protect JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, they had one of the worst offensive lines last year, especially on the inside, right? The guards and centers for the Vikings was not ideal. They, gave up a lot of sacks. Darnold, especially, I don't know what happened to Darnold late in the season. They really had a big downfall that game against the Lions. So they need protection for their basically rookie quarterback here with JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 90 pass block, 87 run block, 92 lead block, 93 impact block. Tie. That's that guy. Again, if he's playing that guard position, they want to run any of those pull run plays if they want to pull him at all. He's going to be somebody who can do it. At 6'4", 320, this is not somebody who's oversized at the guard position. He still is able to move.
Yeah, and great size. And you said it there. You see the balanced ratings too. 90 run block, 87 pass block, good impact block. Like he's just balanced across the board. And that's really all you want when you draft a first round offensive lineman, in my opinion. And like you said, he can go to left tackle, he can go to left guard. I like the abilities too, the ground and pound, the second level, the inside shield. So he's a really good run blocker.
No second round pick for the Minnesota Vikings. We head to the third round, and usually looking to shore up the wide receiving core, give JJ McCarthy another weapon. They go and get the top receiver from the Maryland Terrapins in Ty Felton, 6'2", 186. Abilities wise, not a whole lot. Just silver double dip. 92 speed. I mean, third round, 90 overall.
90 overall, 92 speed, third round, 6'2". I like that he's 6'2" because we know one thing about speed is king. Height is right there, right behind speed, how big a receiver is. And, he can move. He has the good overall. And his abilities, yes, he has a silver double dip. But you understand, he was at not a small school, but, not one of the –
Maryland's not exactly the power of the Big Ten.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. User thinks Maryland is garbage. User, to all the Maryland fans, your thoughts?
No, stop. I love y'all, man. I love the crab. Stop playing.
Get him some crab, man. Get him some blue crab. I mean, TD, you look at the wide receiver numbers from the game. I mean, you're looking at 95 catch, 94 catch in traffic, good route runnings, everything in the 90s, deep route running at 88, 91 spec catch, 84 release. You're probably not overly thrilled about, but man, this is a sure-handed guy. And for JJ McCarthy, which is a guy who played in an offense at Michigan that was a lot of short routes. This was not a guy who was pushing the ball down the field. This was a run-first offense at Michigan. It was a lot of short passing. Somebody like Ty Felton could actually be an invaluable weapon for him.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You got Justin Jefferson out there. You got Jordan Addison. You already got some weapons. You throw him in some 3-receiver sets. Maybe he can contribute, year one. Not sure. To me, he seems like a thinner version of like an Anquan Bolden, right? Decent size, decent speed. Nothing that, excites you. But then you got 95 catch. You got good route running rating. So he has good balanced ratings across the board, which you like. But to me, this screams more of like a 4th or 5th round draft pick here based on the ratings. So I think it's a little bit of a reach in the 3rd round here based on the College Football 25 ratings.
Speaking of,
gonna lie, I was not expecting an Anquan Bolden reference.
there's a lot of people watching out there, by the way. Like, share, and subscribe, you young people who are like, they're Googling Anquan Bolden. They're like, is that 2 O's? Is that an N? How do I spell Anquan? Somebody help me. We go to the 5th round, no 4th round pick user, and they go and get Mr. Tyrion Ingram Dawkins from Georgia. Abilities, nice. This is the opposite, I think, of Ty Felton. Abilities, nice. Ratings, 82 overall user. Not too exciting.
Yeah, you understand. We're in the 5th round now, but I still feel like we could have got a better defensive lineman with an overall rating. But you look at his ability, he has gold outside disruptor, bronze option disruptor, and gold inside disruptor. And that's really what you need, a guy that can go in there and cause some havoc. He has the abilities, but I'm not understanding how he has those abilities with that overall rating. As we look at his finesse move and power move, 89 power move, 93 block shed.
Listen. Yeah. I got a lot to say here. Hold on, Mr. Mizesko, please just go back to the speed real quick. This man is a defensive end. How is he going to rush the quarterback in the game at 65 freaking speed? 65 speed does not get to the quarterback, and then he's too small to put a D tackle. 280 at D tackle.
Isn't he built more like a DT, but not the size of a DT? 6'5", 280 is an undersized DT. And again, you're sitting there, 93 block shed, 89 power move. That kind of screams defensive tackle, but this man's going to have to hit the weight room when he gets to Minneapolis. Like, this kind of a weird pick here.
I don't know about the weight room. He's going to have to hit the buffet bar. You got to put on some weight. We're going to have to, with the speed, you can't make anybody faster. So you're going to have to drop him down inside between the tackles.
Listen,
so, that's a bad pick. It's too light.
I'll tell you this, if you need any pointers around the buffet, you got 2 people here that know their way around a buffet, and we can show you around. We'll let you know. 6th round, 201st overall, linebacker Kobe King, TD, self-appointed hater of linebackers. In fact, he said all linebackers should come to his house in Salem, Massachusetts, and fight him because linebackers are completely useless. What do you think of Mr. Kobe King here?
So look. Linebackers are pretty useless in these games, right? Because sometimes you can sub a safety in. For me,
I'm so editing that to say linebackers are pretty useless. I'm just get ready for the TikTok. Here we go.
The minimum threshold to me for speed for a linebacker has got to be 85. It has to be, and he gets there. He gets to 85. What do we got? A 6th round pick. It's okay. Like I said, it's a mid pick. You got some good abilities there. You got the hammer, you got blow up, aftershock, wrap up. I'm sure he has a pretty good tackling rating. Maybe if he has a good hit power rating, this is something we can use here. He's not the worst user in the world here with that 85 speed. So I can get behind this as a 6th round pick.
88 tackle, 89 hit power, 75 power move. Some good play rec pursuit. I mean, obviously this guy was a leader on that James Franklin-led defense user. Okay abilities. I mean, again, middle linebackers are never going to, I think from a game perspective, nobody's ever going to have a big reaction to them. But in the 6th round, you're talking about a solid pick. Let's be clear. He's four overall points better than their 5th round pick.
Yeah, like he's solid. 86 overall, 85 speed, like Ty touched on. You can put him in the game and play. His speed should probably drop down to 80 when he first gets on Madden. So he's playable right now.
Minnesota apparently big fans of the state of Pennsylvania because they stay in PA and they head to the Fighting Narduzzi's of Pittsburgh and pick up tight end Gavin Bartholomew.
Oh, boy.
I'm just going to go let me just look at user first because that looks like that's the face my parents gave me when I told them I was going into esports broadcasting. Just pure disappointment.
Oh, man, I mean, you look at this right here, the 81 overall, the 75. So he doesn't have the overall, doesn't have the speed. And, yes, you're in the 6th round. I still believe there's some better prospects out there. 0 abilities. I mean, there's nothing. My portion of the show is already over when it comes to this guy.
You just want to go grab a snack?
We can just move on. I mean, look at the ratings. There's not even a rating that stands out. No good route running, catching's mid. I mean, is he a blocker? It says he's a possession catch receiver, so can he block? Like, what stands out here? This is just a bad pick. And don't forget, you already got TJ Hawkinson there, one of the best tight ends in football. Can't even block either. This is a bad pick.
Sorry, Gavin. But based on the game ratings, this is tough. This is a tough look. Undrafted free agents, not a lot to talk about. The one we should look at, though, they did pick up, and again, this doesn't really affect the grade a whole lot, but it does round out the draft class, I think, as we look at if there's any steals, you could maybe bump you up from like, let's say a C+ to a B- or something. They go and get a wide receiver out of Texas, TD, Mr. Silas Bolden. One thing you'll notice is that I am taller than him. 5'8", 160. I am taller than Silas Bolden. I'm not faster than him, but I am taller, and I will take that as a win for me, Mr. Mizesko. 92 speed. It's got a couple bronze abilities. Not a bad piece. Certainly going to play that Zay Flowers role for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, like you said, very undersized, 5'8", 160, real slot receiver type route runner here. Speed is okay. He's got some good change of direction is okay. 93.
Usually you're not running 5'8" wide receivers out there?
I don't want no receiver on my field that's 5'8".
Yeah,
the last guy I'm taking, Steve Smith was the last guy I'm taking under 6 feet, man. I'm sorry. And 5'8" will not cut it.
Carolina Panthers homer over there. Of course he's only taking Steve Smith.
Ty's like, why didn't you mention the great wide receivers? Wes Welker,
Billy Nettleman, Wes Welker.
Before we give our grades for this draft, TD, let's talk DFS. Not a lot to pick from here. I ain't gonna lie. Yep. I mean, the Vikings are kind of an enigma out there because we don't really know what we're getting from JJ McCarthy. So who do you have your eye on this year? Maybe who's effective from this year's draft?
Yeah, no one from this draft class is anyone that I'm interested in DFS. I don't think Felton's going to be productive in year one. I don't think this tight end's even going to see the field that they took in the 6th round. So I do think JJ McCarthy is interesting in later rounds in season long. I think DFS, he's going to start off the year pretty cheap. And then you got what's the coach's name? Escaping me, the Vikings coach, Kevin O'Connell. He's a QB whisperer. He's a QB guru. So I think he's going to make J.J. McCarthy productive. So I think if you're looking early on in the season, DFS-wise, I think McCarthy will be cheap. It's an easy stack with him and Justin Jefferson or Jordan Addison or even T.J. Hawkinson. So I think he has some value. But as far as these people in this specific draft, Felton, Bartholomew, no way. I have no way.
You got to think for a young quarterback coming in where they didn't get to play his first year, to be able to come into an offense that has Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and TJ Hawkinson, that's going to be a nice set of weapons for a young QB. Boys, this is a weird draft because there's not a lot to pick from. To me, I mean, again, I go kind of based on feel as we went through it. Listen, the 6th round pick
wasn't good.
It wasn't good. But it also wasn't an F feel for me. We've had an F already. To me, this screams bottom end of C, top end of D, somewhere in that range.
B- D+, yeah.
I don't really know because the problem is I love their 1st round pick. I think Donovan Jackson is, I mean, again, he's one of the best interior guards and the flexibility is nice. Everything else just felt very mid. I don't think there was a lot of bad. There was a lot of mid.
My argument, though, for why this could be an F. Because, yes, Donovan Jackson's good, but based on a video game, you take a guard 1st round. The guard's 92 overall. He's good, but he's not great. Like, besides that, the draft is terrible. I feel like this can borderline as an F. I will give it the D- because I think Donovan Jackson's going to be good in real life, and I think he's pretty good in the game. But, like, I wouldn't be mad if we gave this an F either.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go D. I mean, I can't. I'm not.
He's the 2nd highest rated guard. What do you mean he's not that good?
It's a guard. Like,
well, again, the argument would be they had a 1st round pick. Let's not pretend like it was a top 10 pick. It was 24th. So it was bottom end of the 1st round. And again, you draft based on needs. The Vikings needed interior line, and this is somebody, by the way, that has played both tackle and guard. So it's not like he's coming in not able to play tackle. They need him to play tackle, but they needed interior. Yeah. I just felt like everything was okay until that last tight end pick. With only 5 picks, it just felt mid to me. I would be in the D+ range. This felt D+ to me.
Yeah. D+.
I'll go D+.
D+. All right. Well, listen. I swear we're probably going to have some good drafts. I think we're getting to them. I think we're getting to it. According to Ty, though, we passed one of them, Bears.
They were better than this draft. They were definitely better than
Ty,
this draft.
but remember, Ohio State. Yeah, I'm a homer, but with the Cleveland Browns come up, and TD's like, it's not an A+ draft. I know they got 5 95s in there and 3 of the top 10 players in the game, but it's not good enough. I can't wait to see.
I need some team to come in and save us.
Okay, I'm out. Here. I'm done. The Patriots draft is going to be brutal for me to go through. Like, share, subscribe, follow us. By the way, we're across all the socials: TikTok, Instagram. Go and follow us, and keep tuned because we keep going 3 wide here as we work our way through these NFL drafts.